What's up, guys? Today's video is going to be about how Subway is taking over Korea. I know Subway, but I don't really know why it's necessarily taking over Korea. So let's check this out.
Subway shows up a lot in Korean dramas. Not just like one or two, but like 5, 10, 15, almost 20 different shows have product placement from Subway sandwiches.
Because they know. Shout out to Goblin, by the way.
American fast food chain that is apparently the largest fast food chain in the world by store locations.
I swear to God, I thought it was 7-Eleven. Or does that even count as a restaurant? No, it's not a restaurant.
What is going on here? Subway is not cool. It is not good. And yet...
I love this guy.
And yet, K-dramas are full of Subway.
Shout out to Goblin. Hello. Why are you looking at her lips? She's underage.
Is there something special about Korean Subway? Like, is it different? Or am I missing something? Is there something better about Korean Subway versus American Subway? Because if there is, I want to know about it. So first, let's settle that.
You guys want to place a bet on how Korean Subway is versus American Subway? I'm willing to wager it's almost the exact same.
It's like still just microwaves and like mass-produced industrial ingredients.
Wow, it's almost like I saw this coming.
These Subways look and feel different. Cleaner, more sleek, well lit. So yeah.
Well, that's just Korea, I think. I don't know if that's necessarily Subway. Obviously, there's gonna be dumpster places in Korea, but overall, even just from the airports I've been to, it's just so much cleaner than the airports I go to in America. I wish America was more like that, man. Why do we gotta be so dirty in the airports?
I'm interested in how Subway sandwiches has taken over Korean dramas. There is an explanation for this. Turns out that South Korea has a very different culture surrounding advertising and media. And by very different, I mean they haven't ever allowed there to be commercial breaks.
Can we get an applause, ladies and gentlemen? Yes. Yes. We need that in America. This is why I don't watch TV, because there's so many goddamn commercials.
You're watching a TV show on the television, which most of you don't do anymore, but like forever.
Ha! Based.
And then there's a commercial break. Like, that is a very normal thing. We're all very used to it. In South Korea, that has not been allowed. It's been against the law.
It's against the law to use commercial breaks? Oh, y'all, we moving to Korea today.
In Korea, they're obsessed with this idea of viewership rights. It's a very aggressive set of regulations that don't let advertisers put commercials in shows.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I'm about to cry, man. That's so beautiful.
The Korean government saw an opportunity to change their advertising rules to let advertisers put Korean goods and products into the shows to advertise, but like as a part of the story, not like in a commercial that's like in the middle of the show, but like to bake in a product to the story, which is called product placement.
Yeah, I've seen that multiple times, and I make fun of it every single time it shows up. But you know what? I would rather have product placements into the shows themselves with the actual actors and actresses than have just full-on commercial breaks, because at least I would still be immersed into the show.
And so in 2010, they started to ease these restrictions, and people go nuts, and it got really cringy really fast.
Oh, I want to see this.
이 맛이 천하지. 영희가 골라온 커피가 손맛은 풍부하고 고구마에 김치죠.
Hey, listen, bro, I'm still not mad at it. I would still take that cringe over commercial breaks.
과거에는 이게 mismatch or 좀 awkward한 product placement가 꽤 많았었어요.
I mean, well, that's just poor writing. You kind of have to write it smoothly into the show.
Yeah.
What is that Korean drama? We gotta watch that right now.
Every product placement is a gamble. If you make it too obvious, too on the nose, then it can actually create a negative association with your brand, and there's backlash. But what it did is it put more money into these shows, bigger budgets, and these shows got better, and the audiences around the world grew.
So because of those cringy product placements, Korean dramas have a lot more budget and they can be a lot more high quality. See, this is why we need more of this in America.
At first, it was Korean and Chinese brands, which got a lot of scrutiny. People kind of hated it.
여기에 많이 출연되는 바람에 불매운동도 사실 벌어지기도 했었어요. 그러니까 재밌는 게 차이니즈 프로덕이 프로덕 플레이스먼트 되는 거는 헤이트하고 서브웨이 같이 그 웨스턴 브랜드, 아메리칸 브랜드가 나오는 거는 억셉터블한 이런.
But you had to pick Subway as the brand to choose? Like, you couldn't pick freaking Five Guys, you couldn't pick In-N-Out, couldn't do any of those, but you had to pick Subway? Why?
Subway's strategy was very bold. They decided they wanted to own this space. They poured tons and tons of money into product placement, into K-dramas, as well as increasing celebrity endorsements, which is another thing that has a lot of marketing power in South Korea. We're gonna establish a new brand perception through K-dramas and celebrities.
Genius. I ain't even mad. Go ahead, Subway, make a cash.
And especially because the regulation made it so that you couldn't like have the actors overtly be like, you should buy Subway. You can like show the space, you can show the brand, you can show them like eating it.
You know what? That's what I love. They can't overtly tell you to buy shit. I would much rather have subtle advertising than blatant advertising.
At a certain point, they can ruin the mood or they can become comical because nobody actually wants to eat at Subway that often.
Sometimes
Nobody wants to actually eat at Subway. Real people eat at Whole Foods.
some of these are so on the nose where like the plot point itself is about how delicious the sandwich looks. Like look at her just like staring at that sandwich and she's just like, I want that. And suddenly I'm looking at this and I'm like, I want it too. Like maybe I need to go back to Subway and get another sandwich. Here's a man who's dying. They're trying to revive him with a defibrillator and he goes into a dream state. He's on the fringe of death. And like his last memory is like remembering this date he
Yo, at least these K-dramas are trying to implement these commercials into the actual story.
Product placement for brand new products, especially high-tech products that Koreans aren't using yet, by characters who in the drama might not actually have the finances to invest in that kind of gadget. Those are particularly annoying to me personally. When you have these lines about how much
Personally, no one asked you, miss? No, actually he did. Never mind. Go ahead. Keep going.
character loves the coffee or wants the coffee. So this is instant coffee, people. It's not that amazing.
overall.
Speak for yourself, man. Some coffee is nice. This girl just salty about coffee.
In this little web series they did on YouTube, which is like a little drama, but it was produced by Subway, all about Subway. Like the entire plot takes place in a Subway about a Subway employee. People have told me that this show is actually like kind of good. Like they could see themselves watching all of the episodes. It has millions of views. Like this is funny satire. They're doing a great job. Congratulations, marketing people who are in charge of this. It's working.
American brands got to get on this, bro. This is the perfect formula for commercializing products. Not sudden commercial breaks that take you out of the show, but smooth product placements where you subtly add the product into the show itself. I actually find that really cool. Listen, if I ever have like a company or a brand in America, 100% paying companies to make K-dramas to include my product in there. That's genius.
Watch yourself some K-dramas, get yourself some Subway, and you will officially be on the front lines of this weird, disruptive, strange time of globalized media and advertising.
Korea shouldn't be the only place doing this. Like every single country should be using this tactic because it's so effective. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Bye.
Have you ever been there? It's the age of the meetup.